Okay, now I'm over here and I'm going to press this out, and I try to get the same amount on the top as the bottom, and sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't. And when you see it where it didn't catch, I try to go back and hit it again. Okay, pause. Okay, so now I'm back and I'm going to top stitch the straps, and I'm going to bump it up to 4 because we just want to catch a little bit. It doesn't have to be back or anything. And go like that all around the outside, and I'm going to do both of these. And so now we can pause. Okay, we have the straps top stitched. I'm going to do a buttonhole, and I start mine over on the number 3, and at the very edge put my buttonhole attachment on and go. And I go just a little bit past the buttonhole thing so it'll be big enough. Hit my reverse. And then just follow it right back up. I'm sure you can make good buttonholes. And when you get where you started, you hit it again. Pause, Betty. I usually go ahead and cut my buttonholes, things open. And you know how to do that. The next thing I'm going to do is the pocket. And this is my pocket, and part of it's already top stitched. But I usually do my serger, but I told you I would do it this way for you.
Move your hand so she can see the pocket. I think she did it backwards or something.
And I'm going to probably, I'll have to see what length, I'm not sure, but I'll do a 3 width. I'm going to go 2.5 times 3 because this is actually is a leather scrap, and it's not going to run. Pause. I'm going to finish this on my serger so you will see how easy it is with it. Because, girl, you're going to have to buy you one of these. And I'm going to stop there because that part was already done. Pause. To turn the top down. Straight line, and I'm going to use 3.5 on this. Just want to turn just a little bit down, probably about a little over 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, something like that. Let's go all the way across the top. Pause. And I'm going to turn under about like this on each thing all the way around. I should have used a lighter color. You could have seen it better. But I go ahead and pre-pin these so I'll know where to place them on the back. And I'm going to put it about, how far down do you think that is? I'm not sure. Probably about 2.5 inches, and just kind of center it. Pause.
It's recording.
You pausing, right?
I just paused it.
Okay. Material is kind of difficult, and it's not as pretty as I would like for it to be, but you will work with it. And I just pre-pin it. And now I'm going to come back over here, and this time I'm going to make sure it's on a number 4 stitch, because you just want to catch the top, and you want to catch the top, and once you start, backstroke it a little bit so that pocket doesn't pull off. And just top stitch it all the way down. Once you do the straps in the pocket, you are almost home free with this bag. And when you get to the end, of course, you back do it. Pause. So now we're going to put them together. I'm going to put this, and I usually pin mine on each side before I start. And mine's not always straight, so I'll have to trim it when I finish. I do the inside first. And then I pin the outside next, and make sure that you've got the right pieces like that. You want to pay attention to the top and the bottom. Okay, you can pause. Okay, so now we're getting ready to start again. I'm going to go back down to a 3, because this is the inside. I'm sewing top to bottom. And I usually start mine, and of course then I go back, catch it so it won't pull loose. 1/4 inch seams all the way to the bottom. I'll do the inside on this piece. And I'm going to reach over and grab the other one and start it right directly behind it. Back stitch it and come back down, and we're going to pause. Okay, we're going to come right down. We're down at the bottom of the front. Now reach up. I'm kind of stingy with the thread. I make sure that I'm sewing it where you see the pocket up from top to bottom. Do this the same way. Get the front piece, top to bottom, make sure. Okay, pause. Now, this is where you go back and look and make sure that it's straight across the bottom. And if there's a whole bunch hanging loose, I'll take my cutter and trim it off. That one looks good. And actually, this one looks good. I never do that. That's amazing. So what I'm going to do now is just go along the bottom. Of both bags, and then we'll come back. Pause. Okay, so now we have got the bags sewn all the way around, and I've got top open. I'm saying this because I do 3 or 4 bags at a time. Then I take this and open the bottom corners, and I just kind of eye it, and it's usually a couple of inches. You can see back to maybe up to there. Start over here. I'm still on number 3 stitch. And I'm sewing all the way across on that one. Then I reach over and grab the other corner here and open it up the same way. And I don't make mine exact. And I'm getting the lining now. And I'm going it all the way across. Okay, we're going to pause. So now I'm going back and I'm going to cut these bottom pieces and trim them. Then I'm going to take the outside and turn it inside outwards. I'm going to take the lining and the pocket goes in the back and I'm going to insert it inside. I always start with my front, and I'm going to turn it down just a tiny bit, and I pin it like this all the way around. When I get to the other side, if there's a discrepancy, a lot of times I'll have to take mine and take it up. Pause.
Yeah, wait a minute. Okay.
Here's the first discrepancy. Remember I told you if it didn't match, sometimes you got to take it up. Well, that don't quite match, so I'm going to go back and add one more little tuck right in here. Because some of this material doesn't stretch, and if it doesn't stretch, you need to take care of it now. I don't know if I took enough or not until I pin it and look. Nope, I need to take a little bit more. Pause. Okay, so we got it now, and you can see now it fits much better. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take from the edge, and I'm going to do 2.5 and get my first pin there, and 2.5 from this side, and get my pin there. I have already got my straps with like 3/4 of an inch up, and that's where I'm going to slip this in the back. And kind of even it out there. And I'll usually turn my pins this way so I won't run over them with the machine, if you get my drift. Okay, pause. I've got both straps in place, and at this time I usually check and make sure that they're just about on the end. Then I'm going back over here to the machine, and I'm going to bump this up to 4. And I usually start at the front, and I will top stitch it all the way around, being very careful when you get to the back straps that you get those. Sometimes 4 is too much, and I'll have to go down to 3.5. Depends on the material. Pause. And okay, I'm getting around the back toward the straps, and this is where you want to make sure that the back is in as well as the front. Taking your pins out. When you finish all the way around, then you can check and make sure that front, the two things are sewed together. Pause. Going back and I'm checking, and I did get all of my straps in and all my front and top. And the next thing I'm going to do is take my straps and this, Kind of mentally place it right there. And I'm just going to do like this. Like this. And I measure and I make my buttonhole, my buttons 1 inch from the top exactly, and I've eyed that one pretty good. That's a little bit lower, come up like that. And then I'm going to sew my buttons on, and you know how to do that. Finished bag.
Done.
Okay, you hit the middle.